Good morning everyone and welcome to Vandeanson's Basebuilding mod. This is a quick showcase video of version 0.3 of the work in progress mod. Today's video I just want to, as I said, showcase what has been added since the last video. I've changed some stuff and just want to showcase a little bit what can be done, what are the basic functions, and where we can go with that from there. I'm on the Janus Redux map. I have picked that small location. It's somewhere. I think it's a fairly good location. I can get a good overview here, and it's sort of a bit off the grid. So yeah, I've decided I will place my camp here. Let's see. Yeah, this is a good place for my camp. Sweet. I'm running the Ravage mod, by the way. I wanted to activate zombie spawns, but I wanted to showcase the building first. Maybe I will just enable the zombie spawns afterwards to see how pathfinding works. But what have I done? Since the last video I have added a few functions, and I have also changed how the blueprints are generated. Right now, or going forward, it will be very easy for users and or even myself to add custom blueprints. So what you have to do is in a template you enter the class name of the object you want to be available as a blueprint. You choose in what section it will be. Sections, maybe show you. Building menu has now a couple of sections, 3.1 to 3.8. Walls, sandbag, contract, fences, barricades, towers, ladders, containers, lights, and so on. Yeah, I can easily add more stuff. Maybe I have to refine it a little bit, but it's really, this is just to see, does everything work, and so on. So, and with that, those changes, you will be easily able to add whatever you want. This will also allow me to basically allow you to delete the default blueprints if you don't like that. All the blueprints get stored in a player-specific variable, and you can, with simple coding, you can just disable that. I will either add that option via CBA, or I will just provide .sqf file templates that you can use and put into your mission. I haven't decided on that yet. And with that, this change in the blueprint generating code, it will also allow me to create blueprints that are not added from the start to the player's knowledge database, but that can be collected. So I'll have a spawner, and I don't know, maybe AI can drop plans, or they can be found in houses or in construction sites. I don't know, but so there will be some sort of a progression. That's what I like. And then it's not restricted. You can add whatever blueprint you want. Good. I have given myself some base materials. I have added a few general materials, so raw materials. We have now scrap materials, electronic parts, screws, wood, stone, scrap metal, cloth sack, wire, netting, nail, sand, metal bar. And refined materials, we have wooden pole, wooden board, razor wire, brickstone, metal panel, sandbag. I might add more. This is just what I needed for my current idea of blueprints. Let's build something. I want to show you guys what I have added in terms of functions. So let's build. Let's say we want to make sure we have some sort of a tower, or a place where you can go up and oversee the area. Let's see. Okay, we have a ladder now. Now you see it's a bit too close. It's not. I don't really see it. It's not too nice to place. So I've added a few add actions. Those add actions will only be available while you are placing an object. So don't worry. All these add actions are only there while you're having a objects in the placement mode. You can now have yeah, I added the further away add action to basically move the position of the object half a meter in front of you. People have raised concerns that if you can move it too far, you'll be able to craft crazy stuff. Like you'll be able to restrict how far away you can put that. Currently it's 5 meters. After 5 meters, if you press further away, nothing happens, as you can see. Let me turn down the music a little bit. I'm not sure if that's too loud. Although it's very nice music from the Ravage mod. Stalker, I believe. Okay, I can get it closer again. So, however, whatever is easier for you to place it. Depending also on how big the structure is. It might be too close or too far away. Let's try this. I can turn the object. It's turning 45 degrees. So if you turn it all the way through, it's in the same position again. Further away and closer will get the ladder half a meter closer or further away. As I said, you can align to sea or to ground. It will just align the object orientation to the current ground or to the sea. Different scenarios will require you to have different settings. I have now placed the ladder, and you see on the top left corner, Grad has saved this ladder. So if I restart the game, even in single player or in dedicated or whatever multiplayer version, I will have this ladder here. I'm still very new to Grad, so Kodabar, to your questions, no. Who was it? Someone asked a few questions. Hold on. Tourist, sorry. Tourist. Yeah, I'm actually, you give him too much credit. I did not test it that much. I have a setup right now that works for me, but I have to test in depth if it will work in all the other situation. So right now, okay, that's going high up. Right now, Grad will allow me to, or what I did is basically Grad saves everything that's all the objects, also objects that are placed in the editor. I don't want that. I want only scripted or objects that are added via scripts or Zeus to be saved. I didn't get that to work yet, so at the moment I have the setting, if you're familiar with Grad, to save all the things. So it will also save those boxes down here that I've placed in the editor. But right now the actual save is only called every time I place a structure, and it's only saving stuff within a few meters of my current position. So right now this works for me. It needs to be refined. I need to make it a little better, but this is work in progress. At some point I need to talk to the developers of Grad, because I also have some questions. My biggest problem right now is I need to save variables from within the player namespace, because every time I show you. I'm going to build a wall, or no, a barricade, because this is my road now. No one shall pass. So again, align to the sea, no align to ground. I'll place that. If I place this object now, it will be saved, top left corner. This is saved now in my mission or server folder. It's only saved on the server, so there will be no conflict if various people save stuff on the server. This object here now has assigned deconstruct object and move object, so I can still deconstruct it, and I can also move it. If I move the object, it will again be saved, so that works fine. If I move the object and I place it somewhere completely different, this will save the new position. If I, and you can see now the object again has the deconstruct and move object menus. This is added to this object, so I don't have it on me. I only have the menu add action on me. But what this means is basically, sorry, barricades, razor wire. What this means is anytime I detach an object, I can still interact with it, that's fine, but if I reload the mission, the objects will not have an add action anymore, so after restart I will not be able to move or deconstruct the object. By the way, these options here, they're only available to the person that has crafted these objects, so no other player can come here with a hammer and see, okay, I can just deconstruct it. That's important. However, if I restart the mission and grad loads in all the placed objects, these add actions will be gone. To counter that, I'm collecting all the objects I've placed in a player-specific namespace or variable called placed objects array, whatever. And at mission start, I want to add the deconstruct and move add action to these objects again, to all the objects in that array. If I destroy an object, deconstruct, I get some scrap materials from it, and the object is removed from this placed object array and will no longer be saved. I hope that makes sense. Now my problem is I can not store that variable persistently. I have not been able, there should be an option, I think there is an option, I might just be doing it wrong, but I cannot save that yet. So right now, if you would restart the server, you will not be able to interact with your placed objects anymore, and that's something I want to change. So that's work in progress and something I need to talk to the developers, or I'll just open a post on the GitHub and I'll see what I can do, just as an FYI, and what the current challenges are. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about this function to turn and move stuff away. I like that. You'll be able to place a ammo box so you can store your stuff. Oh, sorry. Inventory. So you can see it's empty, of course. Again, every time I open the inventory, I see my materials. Let's build a fire for ambience. Oh. So yeah, the idea is not box of matches. That's important. The idea is that you know, basically you find a location, you place your tent and your fireplace, and you reinforce it a bit so you can actually live there. Let's place it here. How did that work? I forgot. Oh, I think I didn't add the survival feature. Shit, my bad. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's showcase the base building a little bit more. I've added a few more groups, just to give you an idea what we can do. It's all connected to these materials on the right, and yeah, no, not the fence. Why keep I doing the same thing? You'll be able to craft H barriers if you like. Detach object. Right now, maybe something you might already have noticed. If you anytime you build something or you go back to the very first menu. It's not ideal, I know, but the problem is if I go back just one level, it's just so much more annoying to configure the whole add action menu structure. It's a nightmare because you have to go. You always have to delete the add action after you've activated it, and then you add new add actions and so on, and you have to consider that Ravage might have own add actions, for example the hold action, sorry, the hold action, sorry, the place or how do you say, holster weapon add action. This is on the player. If I just remove all add actions, this will be deleted. So I needed to remove all actions isolated, add them again. So long story short, it's super annoying. So currently you will have to go back to the main menu every time. Might change that if I find a better solution. I have a lot of time, but right now this is how we do it. And depending on what you want to do, I mean, Jesus Christ, if you want to use this mod just as a to barricade stuff, then do it. I mean, this is entirely up to you. It just really depends on what blueprints you add, right? I mean, you could build whole houses. That's up to you, and in your game style and whatever you think fits your gameplay or your mission. Wooden fence. Let's craft no, few more H barriers. See, this is a bit annoying now, so we can put it further away. We can turn the object, and we have a better angle to place stuff. Else barricades maybe? Junk barricade. Yeah, let's place a junk barricade here, why not? Fences. No, why do I keep one? I don't need the fences, bloody fences. I need the walls, and I want the wooden wall. Yeah, why not? It's up to you. I mean, you can theoretically glitch into stuff. Yeah, it's your base, so you decide if stuff should glitch or not. Not sure if that actually has a performance impact. If you, I think if you misplace stuff, it might affect your FPS for whatever reasons. But yeah, up to you then to figure that out. And if I find out there's a big problem with it, then I cannot do much against it. It's really how you place it. You might have to be wary to not glitch stuff into existing objects or other built objects. But I guess you get the picture. So now something that I already showed in a previous video, but I don't really like, is the lights. I was surprised how easy that was. I thought this would be much more difficult. It is apparently not, and I'm not going to complain about it. Climb ladder up. It's a bit weird now, I know. Further away. Turn object. I actually don't know if this will glitch out now. No, it doesn't. Okay, very good. The lights is on. Let's. Can I set time? I forgot. I forgot the code for that. I'll show you afterwards. Light is on now, so you'll have light. Yeah, I really liked that. How easy that was. You basically just set damage of to the light. If the damage of the light is higher than 0.8, if it's at 0.9, then it will not work. And if it's below 0.9, the light will work. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go down again. Yeah, I'm actually a little proud of that. It's very simple, but I don't know. I thought about adding lights. What's that? Okay, sorry for that. And I thought I would have to do much more difficult code, whatever. I appreciate that it is so simple. What else? I think there's not much more to showcase. That's just basically up to your fantasy then, like how you want to create your base and what objects you want to be able to place. Actually, yeah, so theoretically you could, let's actually do it. Climb ladder up. So we have built access to access the roof here. And why shouldn't we build a tower structure on top of it? Yeah, here. Turn the object. I mean, it's made of wood, so it's not that unrealistic to do something like that. Oops, misplaced. I mentioned it, I believe, in the other video, or at least on the forums. I'm not a competitive PvP, like, is not really my target game mode or gameplay, so this mod might not be the right thing for a big PvP mode or map or whatever, or mission. I'm sort of a co-op role player thingy, or a single player, and I just enjoy building bases, so I wanted to have that option, and I figured if I do something like that, I might as well give it to the broader community. Especially because I literally don't know about any base building mods that are out there. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can just do for the looks, right? I mean, you don't need to. It's really up to you what you want to do. Like if you think, yeah, let's reinforce this a little bit more with sandbags because it looks nice. Hey, you can do it. It's your base, right? Get it a little closer. See, sometimes it's better to be able to navigate the position of the object a little more. What else? I do understand that my video is rather messy. I have not written a scripter, so I'm just talking, showcasing. So sorry if that's a little messy. Obviously, this ladder's. I need to replace that ladder somehow. This is a bit annoying. But yeah, we'll have to play around with it. Obviously here stuff glitches through. That's just how it is. Thinking what else I could show you. Shoot house wall. Yeah, let's do this. In the end, it's really up to you how you want to use this. System is there. You can reinforce stuff. You can build stuff on top of each other to create a huge wall. Walls. No, that's wrong, but I can use that. I'm trying to find elements that can be used in various scenarios. So maybe this is not a good example, but if you want to block a window, maybe that's one of the structures you might use. So you sort of nail it to the wall, detach object. I'm still looking for good objects there, but this is actually a cool solution. So the shoot house walls are good. If you want to barricade a window in a bigger house or in a ruin or so. And yeah, what else? The containers I showed you, fences. We could build a razor fence here, razor fence. So basically, I should really stop to say basically. Sorry. If I had, I have enough materials now, but of course I would have to gather all the materials for this object. For example, I would need a lot of wire and razor wire and metal panel. Oh, metal pole. I need metal poles. Okay, I need to add a. I need to add a. Oh no, metal bar. It's on the top menu of the. Here, metal bars. And depending on how rare I make the spawns of these things, the harder it will be to craft such a structure, for example. That's then up to the. In the end, I need to decide how easy should it be for the builder to build such a military structure, you could say. But yeah, that's then just a matter of tuning. Like right now, I'm just creating the basic features. Of course. Further away. I'm using a EDN fortification code for the placement. So again, I take no credit there. I forgot the guy's names, but it's basically his work, and it's really nice code, and I'm really happy that I can use it. It saves me a lot of headache. Right, good. Starting to feel already safer. Gonna be cozy in here. And of course, I mean, if I now add Iron Front armor free, the mod, there's a lot more assets like trenches and other wooden walls. So I'll restrict it to cup, terrains, core, and vanilla right now. But this is we can build on that, and that's not so nice. So it's you'll get a lot of very cool features and not opportunities, possibilities to place really cool stuff with other mods. I'm also looking for object mods that add different objects that I would be able to use. Yeah. We'll see what I find, but with the version 0.3, this is really the core things are working, which is pretty cool. So the important stuff that is working now, and I can build on top of that. Switch light on. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That's funny. I'm using a wrong code for this placement. I just added this one. Yeah, I did something. I need to change something in code. So this is not supposed to have a switch lights off and on. But I know what I need to change. Move objects. That's not going to be a big issue. Detach objects. Okay, I will now pause the video. I will close the base, and then I will reload with zombies active, and I want to see how zombies react. So see you in a minute. Alright everyone, I'm back. I've just closed in the parameter. I've restarted the map and everything is still in, so that's good. And we have zombies approaching. Hello zombie, you're way too far away. So honestly, I don't know if that works. Zombie, man, walker. I don't have any doors in yet, so... Ugh. Hello, zombie. Nah, fuck you. Okay. That's disappointing. No. Why do you do that? It's funny, he was not aggroing me before I walked through it, so I'm not sure if that caused a problem now. That's or is actually making him enabling him to follow me. Ah, but that's annoying. Die, stupid zombie. Die. I don't know how well these hammers work actually. Well, now they work. I've set the zombie's ability to damage me to quite low. Ah, that's annoying. So I thought at least after server restart it would update this thing. Okay, so something to look into it. Worst case, this is just, if this is just an armor problem, that's going to be what it is. So I don't know. Maybe I can change it, maybe not. Worst case, we have just a nice base. Did he come up here? No. Oh, shit. Ooh, don't hit me. Dude, stop hitting me. Okay. Yeah, I'll do some more testing. We'll see.